easy to get on. And even I've got like the big duck boots. So I've got those too.
Those are nice.
I made sure that I had not only I have like two pairs of gloves ready to go just in case. I've got a spare pair.
Yeah.
Got my hat, broke out the winter coat.
Yeah.
Made sure that was ready to go.
Do you have the brush for the car so you can brush it off?
The brush for the car is ready to go as well. So just yeah, I'm prepared. Are you prepared?
Nope. I did make one preparation. I brought my gloves out and I stuck them in my coat pocket. My inclination was to leave them in the car.
That is always silly because then I have to rush out the car with my cold hands to get to my gloves. So today I made a difference. 2024. Put my gloves in my coat.
Your gloves in your coat?
Yep.
Are they attached together?
They are. They're happy together.
All right. Good. Well, we got closings, cancellations, and delays. You can find them at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. A long list for you. I'm going to do it all in one breath.
Okay. Ready? You should just burp it. Can you burp it?
I wish. We've got Allegan, Andrews Academy, Bangor, Benton Harbor, Berrien County, RESA closed today, along with Bloomingdale, Brandywine, Bridgman, as well as Bridges Aquatic Center, Brookview Montessori Schools, Buchanan, as well as Cassopolis, Christ Lutheran, Coloma, Countryside Academy, Covert Public Schools, Decatur, Dowagiac, Eau Claire, Edwardsburg, Fenville, Gobles Head Start, Gobles Public Schools, as well as Grace Lutheran School in St. Joe, Hartford, Howardsville Christian, Lake Michigan College. All those campuses closed today. You're going virtual, as well as Lakeshore, Lawrence, Lawton, Marcellus, Mattawan, Consolidated Schools, as well as Michigan Lutheran, New Buffalo, Niles SDA. The Niles Senior Center closed today, along with the North Berrien Senior Center in Coloma. Otsego closed, along with Pawpaw, Plainwell, River School, River Valley School, as well as Riverwood Center, Ruth Murdoch Elementary, South Haven Head Start, South Haven Public Schools, Southwestern Michigan College closed today. I believe that's going virtual as well. St. Basil Catholic School in South Haven, as well as St. Joe Public Schools closed today. And St. Mary's School in Niles, St. Paul's Lutheran School in Stevensville, Tri-County Head Start in South Haven, Trinity Lutheran School in Berrien Springs, as well as Trinity Lutheran School in Pawpaw, and Trinity Lutheran School in St. Joe. We also have Van Buren ISD closed today, Waterville Public Schools, and White Pigeon Community Schools. So basically, if you're not on that list, I don't know why, because most everybody closed today.
Yeah, if you didn't hear yourself on the list and you check our website and you don't see it there, just double check before you do anything, because maybe the school forgot to, put in their notification.
Or they have their internal system that they get a hold of people as well.
Right.
So we got a lot to get to. Let's find out what's happening in the news. WSJM News is brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance at GoMichigan.com. Cornerstone Alliance.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. In the local news that we're following for you today, Southwestern Michigan College is expanding its student housing. The SMC Board of Trustees this week opting to construct new rooms to accommodate a total of 36 additional beds. SMC President Joe Odenwald tells us the college has seen more demand for housing since the pandemic ended and the athletics were brought back to campus.
At the beginning of September, we were at 104% in housing, and so the board had said to me that if we get in this situation, we're going to have to look at some incremental options. And so we've looked at that, and we've looked at both large projects and small ones.
They opted to go with a modest project, adding new rooms to existing residence halls. Odenwald says residence halls will house 367 students this semester, or 94% of capacity, compared to 345 last spring, which was 88% capacity. He believes the worst of the pandemic is behind the college, leading to the new demand.
We're back seeing the kind of numbers we saw a decade ago in terms of demand on housing. And intercollegiate athletics is a part of that, but that's only a fourth of the people living there.
Odenwald says the residence halls were not only completely full in fall of 23, but also had a long waiting list, and some students were not able to secure a room. Therefore, the college will add new rooms to existing residence halls. He expects the project to cost between $2 and $3 million. The Berrien County Health Department is putting the finishing touches on its new strategic plan. The document covers the next 3 years of programs and goals at the health department. Berrien County Deputy Health Officer Candy Gabriels tells us the strategic plan looks at health department operations with a focus on 3 areas.
So environmental health, our clinical and community health, and our family programs. So those are kind of the 3 we separated and focused on. And then we did one that encapsulated the entire health department.
Gabrielle said the plan was developed internally with all areas of the health department involved. Among the priorities, it identifies for 24 through 26, improving access to health services.
Transportation seems to be one of the issues that for not just staff here trying to get to where they need to be when they're working, but also for those in the community who are trying to get to their WIC appointments here or to a doctor's appointment. We know that transportation is an issue.
The department will develop a plan to improve transportation in the coming year. Another priority, community outreach and rebuilding trust coming out of the pandemic. As Gabrielle says, many department programs were scaled back during the shutdown. The health department wants people to know that they are still here. And the Berrien County Board of Commissioners is applying for a grant to help cover part of the cost of the county's new full body scanner. The equipment has been purchased for the Berrien County Jail to scan incoming inmates for any contraband they might be trying to smuggle in, even if they've swallowed it. The Sheriff's Department made the purchase of the $165,000 scanner to help prevent deaths at the jail after an inmate who allegedly swallowed meth died there last year. The county is seeking a $50,000 grant from the Michigan Municipal Risk Management Authority's Risk Avoidance Program to help recoup part of the scanner's cost. Scanner's already been delivered, by the way. They just they're waiting on some electrical to install it.
Okay.
The Berrien County Board of Commissioners signed off on the grant application Thursday, so hopefully they can recoup some of that money.
All right.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
We'll catch you up with sports here in just a few minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
Britain struck more than 6.
Hey, good morning, everybody, on our Facebook page and our YouTube and X. Apologies for the slight technical difficulties in the very beginning there. I hit a million different buttons and forgot to hit the other button.
Oh, no.
So
I did that once.
Yeah, I had the audio not going for a second for the first minute, and then all of a sudden I forgot to hit mute on another thing. I know.
Your mom's going to get all mad again.
Yeah, my mom's going to send me my mom will send me a text message because she'll watch it live every once in a while when she wakes up. But then a lot of times what she'll do is she's like, yeah, I'm just going to watch it from the beginning. I'll just, catch it later on. And of course, I know if I mess up anything or if I forgot to do something, she's going to call me out on it.
Can't we program all this stuff?
I wish we could just
use AI or something.
Hit one switch and make it all work.
I bet that exists.
I'm sure we could make it happen.
We should find that.
We'll
get a robot.
We'll get it all. But anyways, hope everybody's having a good start to the morning.
Yeah.
I think what it was is I wanted to have special effects and echo on my voice while I did the closings and cancellations. So it was like, this is happening. Anyways,
that's what you should do. Bring the big
voice,
the auditorium echo in for school closings.
Okay.
And now school closing. Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe I'll record them ahead of time and do a bunch of effects on there. I don't know if I have a switch that can do that stuff, but
more CES.
Let's talk about more CES stuff because everybody loves technology.
Did you have a BlackBerry?
I did have a BlackBerry.
Did you like your BlackBerry?
I loved the BlackBerry. Yeah. I actually had the BlackBerry World Edition.
Whoa.
Which
was it round?
No.
Oh.
It was like it was I think bigger.
Okay.
A little bit bigger, and it was supposed to be, I think, really good for international travel. Like they had it set up to where like you're good to go for all international travel.
Okay.
I don't know. I got it from my brother. It was a hand-me-down phone. He was like, "Hey, I got this old BlackBerry. You want it?"
But everybody loved the BlackBerry up until the moment the iPhone was introduced, and then the BlackBerries collected dust real quick.
Yeah.
But people missed the keyboard.
The actual
because
touching of
our
a
thumbs,
keyboard, yeah.
our dexterity of our thumbs improved so greatly during the
Mhm.
BlackBerry era. And you saw, we've both talked about this briefly, that they now have this thing that you can slap over your iPhone
Mhm.
called Clicks, and it brings the keyboard back.
I like the idea. I want to try it out.
Right.
Because they basically made a case that made that you like put your iPhone in,
Yes.
and then it I assume it plugs into the bottom of it,
Yep.
and extends the bottom,
Yep.
and then you have a keyboard down there. I just don't know how
so
it'll work with
it
my
essentially
hands.
takes it from being, this big
Yeah, to a little bit longer.
to this big.
Mhm.
So it adds the whole keyboard at the bottom. And I don't know. I mean, I put this in my pocket,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it'll fit with the thing. It'll just be silly. But if you're somebody who loves to type
Mhm.
and do a lot of typing, maybe for work, you're doing this, you're doing that. Clicks, $139.
What?
$139.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the case is available for
All it does is a keyboard.
Maybe, that should be the innovation. Is I liked your first innovation. The first innovation that you talked about, Johnny, was slide the keyboard back under the thing.
Mhm.
That'd be cool. Second innovation should be make it a battery jump.
Yeah.
Add some battery juice in
extender
there.
kind of thing. Yeah.
But yeah, so
Because I had a phone and I still actually have it because I keep everything.
you still have the BlackBerry?
No, I don't have.
Oh.
Actually, I might still have the BlackBerry somewhere. It
Charge
might be
that
in
baby.
storage.
Yeah.
It might still work. No, I have. It was one of my phones that I had. Oh man, I probably had it 10 years ago, but I held on to it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
At first, I think I was thinking about making it like an emergency phone.
Yeah.
For just in case. But what I liked about it is that it would have the screen, and it actually had a regular. It still had, you could dial with actual buttons, but what it would do is you could turn it to the side and pop it out.
Oh,
and you had
I remember that.
a full keyboard there. I think that's what they need to go to. Because like I would be okay with a bigger case if I could slide out the keyboard and type this way, 2 thumbs.
Oh, that just feels uncomfortable. Just looking at you doing that, it's just like,
yeah. But if you try it out,
yeah. I did like the BlackBerry,
but it's one of those things that you want to try. I of course want to try it before I buy it.
Remember Barack Obama? He was so addicted to his BlackBerry when they said they were going to take away his. He said, "No, get me a special one because I got to keep my BlackBerry." I bet he gets one of these.
The first president to be able to keep a phone on him.
Yeah, I bet he gets one of these.
Yeah, probably.
I bet he gets one of these. But $139, that's a lot for
just a little keyboard added add-on thing. I don't think so.
You want to look at the stars? Celestron has a new screen-based telescope.
Oh,
yeah. Origin allows you to explore the stars via its 6.4 megapixel sensor, which projects images then onto your smart device.
Okay.
Or you can project it onto your TV, or you can do wherever you want. Sure. Only $4,000. You ready for that one?
I'll pass.
I can just look outside and see the stars.
Yeah. I'll just get a regular telescope and do it old school.
See what else we got here.
All right. We got to get back to the show here.
All right.
So maybe we'll do a little bit more of some of the cool consumer electronics show stuff.
What you doing? You pushing more buttons?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Okay.
Hang on. All right. Hang on.
Snow showers will be falling through the course of today, and as the day goes on, we'll see more and more of that accumulate on the roads. Expect the roads in the afternoon and evening to start to really deteriorate conditions. 33 for the high with gusty winds today. Snow showers continue overnight tonight. We drop down to 23 and only 25 tomorrow. Lake effect snow showers starting. I'm WSBT 22 meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for being part of the show. You can do that real easily on our live stream. Feel free to comment on anything that we got going on this morning at our WSJM Facebook, YouTube, and X. You can find us all right there, streaming live for all to see. behind the scenes of how this fine award-winning program operates. You don't get to see that often. You see how a show is put together. Like every once in a while, TV shows will have the commercial breaks, and you kind of see behind the scenes and the stage and all that stuff. No, you're seeing that the whole entire time, the whole hour. We're talking about stuff not only on the radio, but even exclusive content at our live stream.
Can we call it our YouTube channel yet? Do we have a YouTube channel?
We have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Yeah. So like and subscribe.
So I can tell my kids
You're a YouTuber.
I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I have a YouTube channel.
You're an influencer.
Really?
You're a YouTube influencer, man.
Oh.
Everybody, in my opinion,
okay.
Anybody that has a follower or more than like one or two followers on any of their things, they're an influencer because they're probably influencing another person to do something. Like if they're like, oh man, I really like this energy drink, or I really like this new shirt that I bought. Essentially, you're an influencer. Are you getting paid for it? Probably not. But you're probably influencing another person, because even when we talk about stuff, on the radio or when we're talking to people, there's always times
we're influencing people.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right.
People are like, you know what? I went to this place and did this because you talked about it. So,
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of influence. So you are. So you can tell your kids now you're an influencer, Ken.
And they will laugh at me.
Yeah, absolutely.
They will laugh in my face.
You're not like Mr. Beast or this guy or that.
It's hard to compete with Mr. Beast.
I love Mr. Beast.
He's great.
I mean, the guy's doing it right.
We should bring him on the show.
He looks like he's having a good time. He probably would come on the show.
I bet he would.
He looks like he's having a great time.
Yeah.
Does some stupid stuff, but what I like is he gives back.
Yes.
He's one of those people that, I got a lot of money, but he's like, no, I'll look at, building water systems in different countries.
And he genuinely seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah. So if older people that don't know, a lot of the young kids know who Mr. Beast is, but if older people do not know who he is, I encourage you, go check it out. You'll laugh at some of the stuff that he does.
Yeah.
He actually had one that I watched the other day that was a guy. He paid a guy $10,000 a day to live in a grocery store. So Mr. Beast bought the grocery store.
Oh my gosh. He's making way too much money if he can buy a grocery store.
He bought the grocery store, had this guy,
call him Sir Beast.
Yeah, stay in the place for 24 hours a day, until he didn't want to do it anymore. And he stayed there for like 33 days, made $10,000 a day.
A day?
Yep. But he had to do more work. It wasn't just, hey, stay here, you get $10,000. What he did was he made the guy come up with $10,000 worth of product that's within the store and essentially sell it to him, because what Mr. Beast ended up doing to this product was then giving it to local food banks, humane societies, whatever the product may be. He donated it all back. So
there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, a lot going on. But if you want to check it out,
that?
So we need to be cool. We need to be at that level. If we can get to like half of Mr. Beast's level,
so smash and subscribe, smash the like button, subscribe, all that other fun stuff.
Exactly.
Talking about CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, still going on in Las Vegas, getting ready to wrap up. But we've told you about, if you're on did we do that on the live stream or on the air? I can't even remember.
We did a little bit on the live stream. We did some on the air. We did some on the extended.
I get confused.
On the live stream.
You just got to watch the video stream from now on.
Exactly.
But their RCA has a cat and dog pet feeder that they debuted there.
RCA is still around.
RCA is still around.
They're in a different sector now.
Do you know what their mascots are called?
The dogs?
Yeah. Nipper and Chipper.
Nipper and Chipper.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Anyway, so they introduced pet gadgets, 2 automatic pet feeders that hold 6 liters of dry kibble.
Okay.
That's a lot. You can schedule meal times or hit it manually via the app. They also work with Google Assistant and Alexa.
Ooh.
It's $100, so that's within the affordable price range. If you think about, do I have to have somebody when I'm going away for a couple of days? Do I need to? Well, you don't want to do that, but you know what I mean. You don't want to bring somebody in to feed your dog. You can have this feeder and you can control it or you can set it to automatically dispense. It also has a 1080p pixel camera, and
So you can watch your dog?
so you can watch your dog eat.
That's ridiculous.
You can watch your dog eat, and it also has a treat function. And I've had this before, Furbo or whatever it was called, where it has a little camera on it, and you can shoot treats at your dog.
You had this?
I have Furbo.
You
It didn't
do?
work well. The dog was still needy. Yeah, I tried to leave the house, and the dog was. Yeah.
So we just sit and whine at the robot all the time?
Until he got bored or full of treats.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. Yeah.
I think that's weird, man.
Yeah.
I don't mind like
just another camera in your home.
I like the auto waterer thing where like it's it's a big like a jug.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep the water bowl full. But
right.
the feeding part, it's like that's another level of laziness. Where
No. Well, I mean, it kind of is, but I mean, it's a great opportunity to socially interact with your pet.
Sure.
Feeding time, because we have very regimented feeding times.
Yeah.
Russell gets fed twice a day, 7 a.m. and 4 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not home, poor little Russell has to wait a few minutes, right? And so if you have an automatic feeder, he doesn't have to wait. He just
you ever get home at like 4:15 and he's just like, "Come on, man!" looking at his little dog watch.
Yesterday, I was working on a story, and I was home. I was working on a story, and 4 o'clock came and went, and I was so focused.
Oh no!
4:33, it hit me. It's like, and where was Russell? He was just sitting there looking at me,
at you.
just staring at me. It's like, what do you want? Food? Oh yeah, sorry about that. So I had the RCA nipper and chipper, electric feeder.
How much does this thing cost?
That's only $100.
That's not bad.
With the camera, you can get a cameraless version for $80.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also a smart dog collar. Let's see, Pet Tech was a theme this year. They have trackers. They had a lot of different trackers that keep tabs on your pet's health. Invoxia has something that measures respiratory and heart vitals for your pet, detects atrial fibrillation, and tracks anomalies in behavior.
That's weird.
Yeah, so if you want to know how your pet's doing, I think you could put this on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, how am I doing?
Is this cheaper than the smartwatch
cheaper than
thing?
going to the doctor? I mean, it's $99. The app has an accompanying app, and it compiles all the track data into easily understandable information that should give you a good idea on how if you need to contact your vet or your doctor, depending on if you wear it long before something serious happens. It also has GPS tracking on it.
Wow.
Yeah, so the dog version is $99. Oh, here's where they get you.
Subscription?
$8.30 a month. Yeah, they have a cat version that's coming out in March.
I will say, not too bad. If you live in an area where either your dog could easily get out and you're worried about that stuff, because I mean, I know there's microchips, there's all kinds of other things that when the dog catcher gets the dog, but you got to keep your dog safe. If you're one of those sort of helicopter parents of a dog, maybe it's a good idea, but not too bad.
Yeah. Here's another health related one for the dog. And then we can move on. If you're concerned about your dog's weight, there's a new Hume Dog Wellbeing Smart Suite that tracks your dog's activity level and daily routines to come back to you and recommend exactly how many calories they should be eating. It's a pet bowl.
Okay.
And it has a light ring on it that closes as you add the right amount of food so that you don't have to measure.
Oh.
Yeah. So I measure.
Yeah.
And
like a cup or something.
Yeah, I got a little something. It's got a little mark on it. And so I give him the right amount every day, I think.
Yeah.
But if we went on a long walk one day, and I'm given the same amount, he's burned a lot of calories. He's still going to be hungry and bothering me all night long. So this one, for only about $300, they say, you can get this bowl that reads your dog's activity, tells you how much calories you should be feeding them.
Interesting.
Every day, every meal.
There you go. Check that out. And so it's a lot of the products that are at the Consumer Electronics Show, if people have never gone to it, that's where they introduce a lot of stuff. And some of that is stuff that is going to be available or maybe already is available to them. And they're just showing it off. But some of these are also concept things that they do there.
Yeah. And I misspoke. This one is not Hume. It's Illume.
Illume. Oh, right.
There was a speck on my computer screen. And it looked like an H. Sorry.
A what?
Got to clean my screen.
We were talking about YouTube just a moment ago, and we are on our YouTube if you want to check us out.
Hello.
And speaking of health-related things, YouTube isn't really trying to replace 911 per se, but it is directing you to the right videos that can help in an emergency. They will now highlight clips made by authoritative sources for advice on stuff like CPR, heart attacks, uncontrolled bleeding. Now, YouTube is hoping that it'll replace all the bad advice on the site, but some worry that it'll cause maybe some search confusions at first, like when music fans go digging for an album deep cut and they end up.
Wait a second. So I do like the concept. You know, if you're in an emergency situation and there's no one to ask and you don't have access to a doctor or medical information, going to YouTube, I like the concept.
Yeah.
But if I'm in an emergency situation, do I have to still watch the ad before getting the advice?
Probably.
In 2 minutes, you'll learn how to stop this uncontrollable bleeding.
Yeah. Do you want to learn how to stop CPR or learn how to do the Heimlich maneuver properly? Watch this ad. Coming soon to NBC this fall.
I'm choking. Hang on a sec. It's only 35 more seconds. Otherwise, I got to get a subscription. You want me to get the subscription? Okay, I can't tell what you're saying.
No, I don't want to watch the latest Fast and the Furious movie. I just want to figure out how to do CPR on somebody. No, you're exactly right. So I'm assuming the ads
hopefully
will not be there.
They bump that.
But that's where a lot of people learn. You learn about all kinds of stuff on YouTube, whether it's like how to change your oil properly, how to do some of these other DIY things in your home, and health related things.
Yeah, I love it. Especially you mentioned automotive. I love it for the automotive because I can be working on some crazy little part that is not regularly touched but is broken. Got the replacement part. How do you put it on? There's somebody who had a video up there.
Almost every project, whether it's automotive or something in my house, I go to YouTube just to look at, is this something that I can do on my own, or is this something that has either specialty tools or just is way too complicated for me to grasp? Then I say, I'll seek a professional on that because I don't have that specialty tool and I'm not going to go rent it and I'm not going to go buy it.
Do you think there's a video on how to drive in the snow?
Oh, absolutely.
If there's not, we should do that.
There's a million of them
this weekend.
Yeah. There's a million of those. There's actually a guy that a couple people, but there's one guy I watch on like Facebook Reels and TikTok and all that stuff. And he's basically a dad. Yeah. He does all the dad things. Like, here's how to properly shave. Here's how to back up a trailer. Here's how to do all these different things.
Nice.
It's very helpful.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can learn a lot on the internet and maybe even save lives while you're at it.
Yep.
Coming up here in just a little bit, we'll catch you up with sports, news, and your Bloomberg Market Minute. It's all next.
At Sturgis Bank, it's our people that make the difference.
All right. Have you heard from anybody, your old cohorts from Whirlpool, or that are showing off the slim tech?
Let me check because I reached out to a buddy of mine who also handles the external media there.
Yeah.
Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Because
nothing yet.
It would be cool to do any of those, especially Consumer Electronics Show, but even like any major show like that to go and present. But I feel like they're probably getting tired. From showing off all the different stuff, and it's long days for everybody.
Not only do you, because imagine that you are for a major corporation and you're taking your cool, new, innovative technology there, you're showing it off, you're talking about it, you're really proud of it, and you've got 12 million square feet of other cool stuff that you want to go see. When do you find time for all this stuff? I would just and you want to meet other cool mad scientists like yourself,
right? You want to network with engineers, or scope out the really cool products. Checking in on our Facebook and YouTube comments. We've got We were talking about the weather. Diane says still dry in Buchanan.
Yep.
Alex says good morning.
Hey, good morning, Alex.
We were talking about CPR. Bill says I would highly recommend getting trained in CPR at a place like the YMCA.
Not YouTube. You wouldn't rely on YouTube.
Yeah.
Staying alive.
I was going to say
Staying
I
alive.
learned how to do CPR by watching The Office.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, do tell.
You've seen that scene.
I've seen that episode.
That's one of my favorite scenes.
Dwight butchers.
He ends up taking the face off of the thing and doing like a Silence of the Lambs thing.
Yeah.
I remember
great.
They're like, yeah, just do Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. And then and Michael Scott says, first I was afraid, I was petrified. No, wrong song.
Yeah.
So there you go.
The Office is classic. I still have that on my frequently played.
Oh, absolutely. It is one of those that, and I've also been watching a lot more of Friends. It's sort of that background or background TV, or it's more of the, man, I haven't watched this in a while. So it's kind of the nostalgia.
It's comfort.
Yeah.
It's like chicken soup or chicken pot pie.
That's like I watch Great British Baking Show.
Yeah.
I watched that. I also watch really cooking videos and cooking and home improvement.
Yeah.
But even Jocelyn laughed about it the other day about, it's so funny. We'll just be sitting eating popcorn and we're just like, well, of course they didn't use enough flour. Idiots. You didn't put it in for long enough.
That's not going to turn out well.
Yeah. You didn't properly proof your bread. Come on.
Yeah.
Idiots.
I do like that they have the proofing drawers. I want proofing drawers.
They got all kinds of stuff. What I liked is they actually had like the small oven doors that when you open it, it then will slide underneath and be out of the way.
Oh, the door itself.
I like that idea too, because especially if you're reaching for something like a big roast or something.
Are you familiar with the French door refrigerator openings? The two doors like that?
Yeah.
How would you feel about having an oven like that?
Commercial ovens are like that.
But there's a residential one. Whirlpool sells one in Mexico that has the double.
Why don't they sell it here?
I don't know. Whirlpool people sell the cool stuff here.
Exactly. There's so many products that are either sold under that umbrella of Whirlpool, but also in other companies where you're just like, well, they have it in Sweden or Japan or something.
It's like when the car makers, they don't have to put all the ugly bumpers on them and overseas. Why do we have bumpers here?
Well, and there's like there was one that said, they're introducing this very simply made $10,000 pickup truck. It was like a heavy duty pickup truck, like 4x4 and everything. Yeah. And it was only $10,000 because it was very minimal. Like you had no frills, nothing.
That's what I want.
Bed,
That's what I want.
Yeah, basic truck.
That's all you need.
So yeah, I was like, I need that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Man, oh man, are we keeping you busy and informed this morning? We have had a lot of things going on the show, talking about all kinds of different things. But it's past 7:30. We've got winter weather that is making its way here. I guess, will you call it Snowmageddon? Do you call it winter storm, whatever? Do you name it? What do you do?
It's probably going to be a snownami.
A snownami. I like that. But we do have a winter storm warning in effect. This starts at 10 a.m. today. It goes to 7 p.m. on Saturday, 4 to 8 inches of snow expected. We got some system snow. We got some rain. We've got some lake effect snow that's heading our way. Oh, man.
Lots of wind.
We've got a hefty list of closings, cancellations, and delays that you can find at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. I'm not going to read down the list this morning.
Basically, the list of not closed would be a lot shorter.
I've gone through the list a few times, and if you happen to miss that, well, feel free to go to WSJM.com and the WSJM app, because a lot of these came in yesterday in anticipation of the storm that is on its way. So a lot of these schools, they knew they got to sleep in. A lot of kids didn't have to wake up early, turn the radio on at 6 o'clock in the morning like we used to and say, oh, what are my school closings and cancellations? So
Yeah.
you'll find that full list, which is pretty much every school in Southwest Michigan, at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. And it's brought to you by our good friends at Kepner's Precision Auto Crafters, your complete collision center. And those guys making that list possible for you 24/7 when we do have those closings, cancellations, and delays. And if you don't see your name of your school on the list, good idea to double check with your school administrators just to make sure.
Yep.
So you don't have to get the kids all the way to school and then you realize, hey, there's nobody here. So lots going on in the news this morning.
Yeah.
Let's find out what's happening.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here's some of the local stories we're following for you today. Congressman Bill Huizenga is seeking answers from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development on the status of Harbor Towers in Benton Harbor. The high-rise, as it's known to many, has had multiple issues over the last few years, from flooding to electrical problems and things much worse. Huizenga tells us that HUD Secretary Marcia Fudge appeared before the House Financial Services Committee this week. Huizenga used it as an opportunity to ask Fudge for an action plan. She was not specifically familiar with that building, but Huizenga said putting the issue on her radar will help. Huizenga has requested a full briefing on the matter and what the plan of action will be between HUD and the Benton Harbor Housing Commission to improve conditions, safety, and quality of life for residents of Harbor Towers who call that place home. 3 deputies with the Berrien County Sheriff's Department have received life-saving awards for their efforts in the community in recent months. At a Thursday meeting of the Berrien County Board of Commissioners, Undersheriff Greg Sanders said deputies Micah Carlson and Jonah Cluster responded to a 911 call about a cardiac arrest on October 22nd in Buchanan. They administered CPR and used an AED to save a life. Also receiving an award, Deputy Nathan Withington, who helped a woman who was choking at the Niles Courthouse back on November 9th.
Wow.
And last night, the Miss America competition continued. It's going on all week long. The big final is coming up this weekend. But Miss Michigan, Maya Shuknek, won for speed painting.
Nice.
Yeah, and if you don't know, Maya is from Buchanan, and she participated in Miss Blossom Time. She won Miss Congeniality. She was a Blossom Time royalty, and also she's now Miss Michigan. She's competing for the Miss America competition. She was joined by Miss Maine and Miss North Carolina, and she won the talent competition there with those other 2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Miss America, again, the finals take place on Sunday.
I watched the video of her doing that
speed
talent
painting
competition, and that was cool.
Yeah, the Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was interactive.
I got to tell you, I was a little curious on the choice of Michael Jackson because he's a little bit of a controversial figure.
Sure.
Couldn't you pick somebody else?
Yeah, like Billy Joel or something that.
Did she do it to Michael Jackson music?
To a song, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to one of the songs. Right. But you could have done like Billy Joel or something like that. And
Piano Man.
Yeah, because really with Billy Joel, all it is like 2 eyes and a bunch of wrinkles. That's all it is now. Or
I would have liked to have seen Alice Cooper, little Michigan throwback there.
Classic Elton John, maybe the star sunglasses.
He's not from Michigan,
but you're right. Bob Seger, that'd just be a bunch of wrinkles too.
In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Sports coming up here in just a little bit. Let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Beth Fisher. Plenty of preparation.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. I mean, come on.
Yeah. He's not even from Michigan, so he's from Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah, I like your idea of somebody from Michigan. It would have made sense.
Yeah, you could have done Ted Nugent. I don't know if that would have been popular.
No, I would say if I were going to do a Michigan person, I probably would do.
You could do the Led
Stevie
Zeppelin,
Wonder,
the Led Zeppelin cover band.
I'd probably do Stevie Wonder.
Oh, is he from Michigan?
Well, he did a lot of Motown.
Okay,
I don't think he's originally from Michigan, but of course recorded a lot of his stuff from Motown records.
Yeah,
but I could say, hey, it's Stevie Wonder. It's
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. There
That'd
you
have
go.
been cool. Smokey Robinson.
Cool. Smokey Robinson would be good.
That'd have been fun. Kid Rock. Could have done Jack White.
Aretha Franklin. She's from Michigan, right? She's from Detroit, I believe.
Probably.
So, yeah, I just think of all the Motown artists, and even though they recorded a lot
you
of that
could have
stuff
just
in
done
Detroit,
a Motown collage.
Ooh,
That'd have been cool.
Yeah, we should be a part of Maya's creative team and be like, hey, just because of course we love to throw our opinions at
You
at
gotta
people.
do this a little different.
You know what I would
You
do?
got talent, kid, but
No, you know what I would do is this instead.
put Slim Shady in
she did a
there.
great job, and of course
She
it
did.
was
She won.
award winning. So
Yeah, $3,000 scholarship. So the contestants, I imagine they're just racking up scholarship after scholarship.
Yeah.
To help pay college costs and that kind of thing. And I think she's going to be a favorite for Miss America, the final.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're getting any award or recognition throughout the competition, that's your points. I assume it's like an overall points system.
Maybe.
When it goes to that. So yeah, she's got a good chance for sure. So
good.
Be watching that
fun stuff. If you paid the $99, did you pay the $99 to watch?
No, because what I did was I just followed a couple people, a couple of my friends that either that have been part of Blossom Time.
Right.
They share all the videos, so it's like, oh, it shows up in my news feed, so I can see all those different things.
Yeah.
I don't need to pay for anything. And then you said the final competition, that's going to be free.
That'll be free. Yeah, you can watch that.
On what? A website probably, or a stream?
I did see that there was going to be streaming, but let's see.
Or if it's going to be on one of those major networks.
Probably ABC or something like that, all right?
It'll be on like the USA channel.
Let's see. It's
going to be on like Roku or some random channel.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me look.
Okay.
Because I'm getting a lot of streaming answers, but I'm not getting the regular answers.
Because I'm a cord cutter. I don't listen. I don't do any of those network things, and I don't have the over the air digital TV either. That gets my local channels. What I usually do is I just go and look those up and watch their live streams on their websites and things like that. So yeah, not anytime I'm watching sports or any major event, I always say, where can I stream this? So we'll be able to find that out for you and get it to you later. Because I'm sure a lot of people in the area want to see how she does.
Oh, absolutely.
See the highlights of everything.
You can go down to Walt Disney World and watch it.
There you go.
Yeah.
John says, top of the morning.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Top of the morning to you. Yeah, thanks you for all the people that are watching. And where are you watching from? Because this is a good time for us to, of course, probably not a lot of snow falling anywhere just yet, but love to get some updates on weather. If the first person to tell us, hey, it's snowing somewhere, love to hear from you on that. Oh boy. Because I don't know. I mean, looking at the way people are projecting where certain amount of snow is going to be coming and where it's going to be falling, is a lot of it looks like more of it will happen more inland. Like I think the coastal towns might get, of course, some of the snow, but they may miss out on the big dump of lake effect snow. Because like New Buffalo, St. Joe kind of area, kind of seemed they'd be, moderate, but then like the inland towns of, Eau Claire, Dowagiac, places like that, it looks like they're going to get more.
Boy, they sure don't make it easy to find out where this darn thing is going to show up.
Really?
Yeah. See if you can find it.
I'll have to check that out.
Because I know it's going to be streamed live on the Miss America feed, but I'm trying to see if any broadcast folks are picking it up. And I don't see it. They've got the 2024 streaming bundle for $99, which I think people are actually watching that.
$99.
We got to tell our business development team about that. People are paying $99 to watch a week's worth of activities.
Right.
Wow. How much are we charging for this thing again?
Nothing.
No.
I mean, of course
we don't really have
like that.
We don't really have the talent.
No.
That they have at Miss America, but
yeah. Oh,
all I see is stream it at watchmissamerica.com.
John is watching from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hey, John. Welcome from Memphis. That's awesome. I love Memphis.
What's the temperature in Memphis? Because, people always...
He says, let me Google that for you.
People always think like, as you get farther south, Like Tennessee, you're always thinking, oh man, Tennessee, it's probably always warm all the time. Like you get decent weather. Like my brother lives in North Carolina, and he still gets snow and he still gets cold. It'll get down to 30 or whatever. They just don't get as much snowfall as we do. So John, love to know what the rough temperature has been this week, because I'm sure it's cold. All right, let's get back to the show. Still some things to get to here this morning.
Snow showers will be falling through the course of today, and as the day goes on, we'll see more and more of that accumulate on the roads. Expect the roads in the afternoon and evening to start to really deteriorate conditions. 33 for the high with gusty winds today. Snow showers continue overnight tonight. We drop down to 23 and only 25 tomorrow. Lake effect snow showers starting. I'm WSBT 22 meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email let's talk at WSJM.com. And we are streaming worldwide.
Yep.
And we know it's worldwide because we have people checking in from different countries as well as different parts of the nation. I actually had somebody check in this morning from Memphis, Tennessee.
Sweet.
He's from St. Joe originally, but
Awesome.
he said there is snow coming there. He says it's 55 right now.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah, but it's going to drop, he says.
Precipitously.
So we'll see how it goes with that. But we do have a big snowstorm making its way here.
Yep.
Lots of closings and cancellations and delays, not only schools, but a lot of businesses and organizations closing ahead of this storm, because they say it's about to start about 10 o'clock.
10 this morning, and there'll be snow. There's going to be snow leading up to that 10 a.m. But then there's also going to be snow, and maybe it'll turn into a rain snow mix before it turns back into snow again. And it's, as you mentioned earlier, it's not only going to be system snow coming from across the United States, but it's also going to be some lake effect snow and gusty winds. That's going to harm visibility, which is why the schools made the smart call to say, no, if we're going to lose visibility by the time we got to get the little kiddos home, we got to just keep them home. It'll be great. 4-day weekend. Yay.
We've been talking about a lot of technology-based things this morning because the Consumer Electronics Show.
Yep.
And especially a lot of these schools probably doing some virtual stuff. You're probably on your computer. But this is an interesting thing. We've been kind of keeping our eyes on this. The most valuable company in the world for the longest time, it had been Apple.
That's right.
We know a lot of people. I mean, I'm looking at my Apple iPhone.
Yep.
You've got an Apple iPhone. You've got the MacBooks. You got all these different
iPad over here.
The iPads, the everythings.
Well.
Well, apparently they have been knocked off the top spot.
Just briefly.
And really, it's like they're kind of sharing the top of the mountain.
And it's just paper money anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Microsoft is now the world's most valuable company. Thursday's shares of Microsoft went up through enough to give the company a valuation of, get this, more than $2.88 trillion with a T dollars, while Apple dropped, like you said, basically they're the same at $2.86 trillion.
Wow.
Trillion. Apple stock isn't what it used to be now that the investors don't think there's quite the same appetite out there for the iPhone. Also, they've had some heat.
Is this Bill Gates writing this article?
Yeah, actually,
okay, sorry,
it's Bill Gates and Warren Buffett both. They were both sitting in Warren Buffett's living room just typing away at this. But yeah, basically between the two companies, one's getting good press, or basically one's staying out of the press and the headlines, and you're seeing a lot of Apple headlines of, they had the issues with the patent issues with the heart rate monitor,
with
whatever it was with the watch.
Yeah.
And then, that appetite for the new iPhone. With the iPhone, and really all phone companies, I've always hated that they switched from the every other year introducing of new technology to now every year. And what happens with that is a lot of glitches and issues and bugs, and then also the improvements that they make year to year, not that much of a difference. oh, we made the camera a little better. We made the storage a little better. We introduced this new thing. But back when the iPhone first was introduced, and then it was like a couple of years before the next iPhone, and then I don't think they started doing the every year thing until like the iPhone 7 or 8.
Not until after Steve Jobs passed.
Right.
Because Steve Jobs was a stickler for making certain that it made sense, that it worked as intended, and that it was going to delight users. And then after his unfortunate passing, then the company said, yes, we will keep the spirit of what Steve Jobs wanted alive, but we're also going to succumb to some pressures of making the stock price go up and do all these other things. So it could be a little bit of the money issue, but I just think about Microsoft and Apple, two companies. Let's round up a little bit. They're not worth $2.9 trillion. They're worth $3 trillion. Yeah. Two companies in the United States, $6 trillion.
That's crazy.
Where do I win a lottery like that? That's something.
Yeah. How'd you like to be one of the higher ups at one of those companies?
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go.
And now we have the AI stuff, and that is just going to ramp stuff up exponentially.
I keep hearing about new laptops coming out that they're like, yeah, basically we talked about it before on the show. There's like an AI button. There's all kinds of other things, and new technology is coming out every day, and making some of these laptops and technology more expensive, but it's because they need more high power to handle some of that AI stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go. So that's happening, but also another thing happening, fruit stripe gum being discontinued after 50 years. You remember that stuff?
I do. I do. And I loved it because, excuse me, it had the beautiful bright colors, and you put that thing in your mouth as you're salivating for it because you know it's going to taste good for all of about
10
2 seconds. Yeah. And then it's gone.
Once it gets to the gum phase,
it's gone.
The flavor has been
How
gone.
did they do that? They paint the flavor on? Is that why the colors were so vibrant?
I think so. But
I wish I knew why they were stopping making it.
I think looking at it, Ferrera, the candy company that makes it, says that it was a difficult decision based on what people are buying. So I guess the trends, not a lot of people buying it. They're also removing their Super Bubble brand from candy aisles. I'm not familiar with the Super Bubble. I'm more of a Double Bubble.
Yeah.
Or a Bubblicious.
Yeah, Bubblicious is good. Do they still make that?
I think so.
Okay. Grape? I love
grape. I loved the cotton candy one.
Oh.
That one was good. There was like a watermelon one.
Yeah.
All kinds of really good ones. So there you go. That's happening. Real quick. I don't know if you shop Facebook Marketplace.
Every now and again, they try to lure me to buy an old Volkswagen.
How about this? New York Post says there's a half-eaten sandwich being sold on Facebook Marketplace right now.
Wait a sec. A half-eaten sandwich is for sale.
$1.3 million.
Well, that's a deal. Has it got mayonnaise on it?
The sandwich.
Yeah.
Just let's see what else is on it.
Okay.
The sandwich, they say, described as very crispy, was listed by a seller in Leicester, England.
Okay.
The vendor couldn't finish the sandwich, so they decided to sell it. A bizarre listing follows another unusual food being sold on the platform. There's also a baked potato drowning in baked beans, if you want to get your hands on that. So, not sure what's on that sandwich.
So nobody famous touched the sandwich.
No, it just sounds like it was a company that had a half-eaten sandwich, and they said, I don't want this, so go ahead and eat it.
So they're putting it up on Facebook Marketplace for $1.3 million.
I think I'm going to start selling my sandwiches.
I tell you, I'll give them a clean sandwich, not even eaten, half eaten, full eaten. No.
As I mentioned, I have breakfast this morning of overnight oats. How about I eat half of it and give you the rest and the jar included? I'll even toss in the spoon for $1 million. Why not?
Boy, oh boy.
So there you go. That's what the world is coming to. We'll get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
At Sturgis Bank, it's
Uh-oh.
What happened?
Uh-oh. I'm reading a story here that's very disturbing. Let's see. Yeah, this is new. Al Gore is stepping down from Apple's board of directors.
I didn't know he was on Apple's board of directors.
I did not either. Apparently, he is only stepping down because he is too old to be renominated.
What?
Apple has a long-standing policy that its directors cannot stand for re-election after reaching the age of 75,
Really?
which means it's time for Al Gore, who is now 75, to retire, the company announced on Thursday.
Wow.
Yeah, he
What's
serves
he
on
going to do now?
sit back and count his money from being on the Apple board since 2003. So
Oh,
he's
really?
been on the board for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know he was, very active, not only as vice president, but after he was done being vice president, after he lost the election, he kind of didn't really go away, but he went and did a bunch of different things. He was really getting into a lot of environmental studies and documentaries and all kinds of other stuff.
Yep. In 2011, they should have fired him back then. In 2011, Gore accidentally let loose that the iPhone 5 release was coming out the next month before Apple officially announced it.
I remember that.
Oops.
I do remember that.
Vice presidents, you really can't contain them.
No.
You know, that Dan Quayle, Al Gore, Kamala Harris. I mean, I don't know. Try to keep them on script.
As monotone as Al Gore, the people would make fun of that. I thought he was a great guy. He seemed pretty smart, knew what he was doing. But
he invented the internet. He was pretty smart.
Yeah, he invented the internet. Back to this sandwich for $1.3 million. Just looking at it, it just looks like a regular grilled sandwich. They say it's got some cheese, filled with cheese, and what they say in this article, some sort of meat.
Some sort of meat.
Yeah.
I won't be buying it.
So
that's funny.
There you go. Yeah, look, maybe some lettuce on there. I don't know. But all right, let's get back to the show here.
All right.
Got your Moody on the Market update.
What is my airport? Is it yours?
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. We got you covered at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always on it, bringing you the stories. And we also have our Moody on the Move series and our awards program. You can check out that at moodyonthemarket.com and the app. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Always keeping an eye on the economy as well and asking our different economists what they think. A monthly economic report from Grand Valley researchers shows that while the West Michigan economy remains modestly negative, it has not slumped enough to slide into a recession. Brian Long, Director of Supply Management Research at Grand Valley State University's Seidman College of Business, said his December survey of local businesses and manufacturers showed a continued downward trend in key indexes like the new orders and production. But even with negative statistics, Long said that 2023 had several positive notes to guide the local economy into the new year.
Yeah, across the state, we got the unemployment that ticked up 4.3%, and yet that trend has not reached West Michigan. That's what Long says. The current unemployment rate in Ottawa County is 2.5%. So the unemployment rate in all of the counties on the west side of Michigan still far below that 4.3 state average.
Yeah, Long added there are also positive signs from the two indices which measure consumer confidence and sentiment. December reports from the Conference Board and the University of Michigan reflect strong consumer confidence in the U.S. economy and the state of their finances. We've got more data and information behind that, but it seems like some okay positive news there.
Yeah,
economic wise, not slumping into the recession, seeing some positive signs. And I gotta say that low unemployment, especially up in Ottawa County, 2.5%. That's good.
That is good.
That's good.
What's going on over in Ottawa County?
I don't know. You can read the full article at moodyonthemarket.com.
And your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. We'll catch you up with news, sports, and a whole lot more here next. It's the Morning Show on 94.9 WSJM.
We're watching over you, IMS.
Talking too much today. Closings, cancellations.
Insurance Management Systems.
Insurance Management Service.
Service, not system.
So I just start singing it. Insurance Management Service. You know, they're watching over you.
Oh, that's nice.
IMS.
Well, as long as they're watching, smash the like button.
Smash that like button.
Subscribe. Hope everyone has a great weekend and a safe weekend.
Yeah, safe is the very important thing.
Got a lot of snow that could be dumping on us, and all over Michigan, we've got the winter storm warnings up and down the west side in central Michigan. I can't even imagine what they're going to get in the UP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, they've been getting
They
a
have.
decent amount of snow consistently, and it's been staying pretty cold up there, which sucks, but hey, they're prepared for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they've been getting hit with a few of those, like a lot of those storms that we had where it was, it's even just earlier this week where the rain had turned to snow and kind of melted some of that. Up like Ludington, basically that line of Holland and North, that was getting hit a lot harder. And it was a lot colder up there. So,
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, if you don't have to travel, don't.
Yeah.
Make your plans accordingly. Maybe try to not go anywhere if you can, and then be safe when you do have to go anywhere. And take a look at WSJM.com and the WSJM app for any of those closings, cancellations, and delays.
Yeah, we got the note from the Michigan State Police. We'll probably talk about this next hour, but urging you to prepare for the winter blast.
Okay.
And that means beyond buying the bread and milk, which I did that yesterday, by the way.
Did you?
Well, it wasn't because of the storm.
Yeah.
I asked Stephanie, "Hey, I'm driving by the store. Do we need anything?" And she said, "It'd be really nice if you picked up some bread." Oh yeah. Okay. Well, hey, and while you're at it, pick up some milk too.
Right. See, the milk, eggs, and bread thing. Like, I don't eat much bread. I actually would do every once in a while, but don't drink milk. I drink the. I milk my own almonds.
Yeah, I love almond milk. That's so good. It's so good.
All right, everybody, we got to get going. Have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.